Ever spent almost 1,000 lindens on something only to realize it's absolute rubbish? Yep, been there. It's like that moment in real life when you buy a fancy outfit online and it shows up looking like a trash bag. Only in Second Life, there are no refunds, no exchanges, no Karening your way out of it. Once you hit buy, you're stuck with it. Forever. And that, my friends, is why demos are so important. Let's break it down. Demos are your Second Life equivalent of a fitting room. You wouldn't buy a dress in real life without trying it on, right? Same here. You need to make sure it fits, suits your avatar, and doesn't make you look like you time traveled from 2003. And let's not forget about the colors, because what looks like champagne beige in the ad might actually be sad greige in world. And it's not just clothes. Furniture? You have to test the animations. Trust me, that fancy chair might look cute, but if the only animation is you awkwardly sitting with one leg levitating, it's a hard pass. Then you've got accessories like jewelry, bags, even AOs. Honestly, if you can wear, sit, or swing on it, there should be a demo. But here's the problem. All demos are not created equal. That's our first problem. Some creators? Absolute legends. Their demos are perfect. You know exactly what you're getting. Others? They slap a big demo sign over half the product, so you can't even see it properly. Like, I get it, you're trying to prevent theft, but come on, do I need an X-ray machine to see what I'm buying? And then there's the no demo dilemma. Yes, I'm coming for you creators who don't offer demos. Fair warning, fingers are about to be pointed, and if you can't handle constructive criticism, this is your chance to run. I don't sugarcoat. Ever. In fact, I burn the sugar and sprinkle salt for good measure. So, if you're someone who's been burned by a no-demo purchase like me, with my glorious 999 lindens mistake, stick around, because we're going to dive into why demos are a win-win for everyone. Creators, I've got some constructive advice for you too, but don't worry, it's all love here. Mostly. Oh, and before anyone asks, I write my videos before I film them. This whole process takes time, so I don't always have the exact example on hand when I'm recording. Instead, I went shopping, tried on a bunch of things, and most of the creators I buy from actually do have proper demos. So if you don't see me dragging a specific product on screen, just know I'm speaking from experience. And trust me, there's plenty of that. This topic has been rattling around in my brain for years, like an inventory folder I keep meaning to clean out, but never do. I always figured, I'll get to it eventually. But then, out of nowhere, I started getting messages asking me to talk about it. So this isn't just me ranting into the void. There are others out there, equally traumatized by so-called demos. Solidarity, my friends. Being the organized person that I am, yes, I actually am. Shock. Horror. I added it to my content calendar under planning, which basically means maybe in a few weeks or later. But then, fate intervened. The week before people started messaging me about demos, I had a purchase that went spectacularly wrong. And just as I was recovering from that disappointment, bam, it happened again. At this point, the universe wasn't just nudging me, it was shoving me off a cliff. Now, I could have made one of those classic I spent 999 lindens so you don't have to videos. You know the ones, pure, unfiltered buyer's remorse on display. But instead, I'm going to do something better. We're exposing the dark side of demos, the bad ones, the non-existent ones, and the ones that make you question reality. So grab your popcorn, because it's time to talk about the scammy, shady, and downright questionable state of demos in Second Life. Obviously, the whole point of a demo is to try before you buy. And in Second Life, that's essential, because an ad in SL tells you nothing. Take skin creators, for example. Some of them love using AI-generated models or perfectly photoshopped hair in their ads. The result? A stunning picture that makes you think you're about to become the next virtual supermodel. But what do you actually get? Not that. Then there are the gowns, advertised with all the glitz, the glam, the high fashion drama, and then you try it on, and it's tragic. The textures are off, the details are meh, and let's not even start on the alpha layers. So yeah, trying before buying? Non-negotiable, especially with new brands you've never bought from before. And even with brands we do trust, we sometimes get lazy thinking, oh, I buy from them all the time, it'll be fine. And then boom, that one product turns out to be a disaster. Lesson learned. Same goes for jewelry. Most of the time, it looks like the picture until you try it on. Suddenly, the pearls are massive, the fit is weird, or it just doesn't have the same sparkle it did in the ad. And then there's that moment of doubt. It's nice, but do I even have anything to wear this with? I don't know about you, but I have plenty of amazing jewelry collecting dust in my inventory because I can never seem to pair it with an outfit. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm just not a jewelry person. Either way, Demos saves me from some questionable impulse buys. And don't even get me started on handbags. The no demo, no information policy drives me absolutely nuts. The number of handbags I've bought in the past that turned out to be pure trash is ridiculous. Honestly, this could be a whole video on its own. At the very least, if you're not going to provide a demo, can you give us some actual product details? Does it have bento poses? Great. Then show me the goddamn poses, and all of them. Not just one awkward hand clutch that makes my avatar look like she's holding an invisible burrito. It's the same deal for any accessory, drinks, cigarettes, shopping bags, whatever. If you can't be bothered to make a demo, the bare minimum is a short video. It takes, 10 seconds to record a Gyazo clip and add a link to your vendor? If I can see it in action before buying, at least I know what I'm getting into. When there are no details, that's when we get suspicious. What are they hiding? Oh, I know. A half-baked product again. Too bad I only get to find out after I've bought it. No refunds, no takebacks, just me staring at my inventory, wondering why I keep doing this to myself. Now, I have to mention one of my favorite brands because it's the only one that comes to mind right now. Probably because I buy every single release. And every time, I grab the demo first. And every time, without fail, it overwhelms me. I'm looking at you, Rishieli. I love your stuff. But what is up with the no HUD policy? I mean, you're not the only brand that does this, but you're the only one I can think of right now because, well, I keep giving you my Lindens. Here's the deal. They have 20 colors. The demo lets you try 2. That's it. So I usually pick a color from the ad because it's easy. And sometimes I end up going back and forth to the event like a confused toddler who can't decide between cake or ice cream. Because honestly, all the colors are nice. And if I could see all of them, I might make a more informed choice. Instead, I default to either all black or all white, because hey, at least I know I can't go wrong with those. And this brings me to a bigger question. Since most brands include the HUD in their demos, why don't some creators do it? Especially when they have 20+ colors. Like, why? But at least Rishieli gives us 2 colors. Some brands don't even bother. They just hand you a single sad grey demo with demo plastered all over it like a bad tattoo. And I get it. The excuse is copybotting. But can someone explain? Does copybotting only work on demos? If they can copy, can't they just copy from the actual product? If there's a creator out there who can shed some light on this, I'd love to know. And then there are the demos with the massive demo signs orbiting your avatar like you're a planet in the no purchase zone. You can't even see the actual product. It's like playing a game of find the item with your camera angles twisting and turning just to catch a glimpse of what you might be buying. Like, why? Why do we have to work so hard just to see what we're spending our lindens on? It's as if they're daring us to buy it blindfolded. I'm not here for a scavenger hunt. I just want to know if the dress looks good without a giant demo flashing in my face. Oh, and let's not forget the timed demos. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? Now, I usually go to events wearing bomb undies because, yes, I'm one of those people who prefers not to be naked in a shopping environment. It's like using an NSFW tag on a social feed. There's a time and place for nudity, and personally, I don't think it should be at a shopping event. But that's just me. Anyway, back to the real crime. The disappearing demo. You try something on, and then poof. It vanishes because you dared to answer a message, chat with a friend, or, gasp, try to see if it works with something else. And sure, sometimes you get 10 minutes. But in shopping mode, 10 minutes feels like 10 seconds. One moment you're admiring the fit. The next, you're standing there half-dressed like some weird mannequin in an abandoned store. Speaking of timed demos, apparently, it's not just a clothing thing. I was very surprised by the latest Foxity release at Custom 9. To view their new skybox, you have to go to their showroom instead of using the showroom at K9. Weird, right? That was my first flag. But okay, I went. I rezzed the demo. And what do I get? A skybox. Suspended in the air instead of sitting on the ground. Annoying, but fine. It's a skybox. But then, it's also sideways. So now I have to cock my head like I'm trying to understand abstract art just to see what I'm supposed to be buying. Second flag. And then, poof, gone. 30 seconds, tops. I rezzed it 3 times, and by the third, I was just over it. This was way too much effort just to look at a demo. So I went back to K9 to make sure their showroom platform still exists because I know Heike always has a demo house out. And there it is. Granted, Heike loves to slap demo signs all over the house like it's a crime scene, and the doors are usually locked so you can't go inside. But at least you can see the house. Get a feel for the size, the layout, something. Compared to whatever Foxity had going on, that's a luxury experience. Please just stop with this timed nonsense. You want my lindens? Let me bask in the demo. Let me live in it. Let me make an informed decision before I commit. I promise, the world will not end if someone wears your demo for 15 minutes instead of 10. Do we dare mention the one linden demo again? Oh, you bet we do. I need someone, anyone, to explain why this is a thing. And I mean really explain, because even when creators refund it, and that's a big if, there's often no sign saying so. So half the time, you're just throwing away a linden for the privilege of trying something. You're actually paying for a demo. Are you serious? Now, let's take this to the next level. Tonda tried an outfit that had it all. No HUD, timed demo, 1 linden charge, no refund. Like what? The hell? This should be illegal. And before anyone says, oh, but it's just 1 linden, let's do some math. 1 linden times 1,000 people? That's 1,000 lindens just from selling demos. Do you honestly think that's normal? Do you get charged to try on clothes in a real-life store? No. You walk in, try it on. And if it looks like trash, you put it back and walk away for free. Why should Second Life be any different? Oh, and how could I almost forget the 1 shoe demo? Like, Why? I have 2 feet, so why do I only get to try one shoe? Am I supposed to manifest the other one into existence? Walk around like some kind of fashion-forward, peg-legged pirate? Maybe do a little trial and error balancing act to imagine how the full pair will look? And with this brand, you don't just get the one shoe demo. Oh no, they really go the extra mile. You also get a 10-minute timer because clearly trying on half a pair of shoes is a privilege. But wait, there's more. Instead of actually letting you test the HUD, they generously provide a picture of it. Because apparently, staring at a static image of a color selection menu is supposed to tell me everything I need to know. Like, what exactly am I supposed to do with that? Print it out? Frame it? Meditate on it until I feel the shoe's energy? It's 2025. We have bento, we have PBR, we have AI doing weird things. But somehow, letting me demo both shoes is where we draw the line. It makes total sense. Now let's talk about furniture. Because I've noticed something deeply suspicious. Some stores technically have a demo out, but the poses. Disabled. Why? What are you hiding? What possible reason is there for not letting us test a chair? Especially when, let's be honest, most of the time it's the same generic poses every creator uses anyway. Like, are you worried I'm going to wear out the virtual cushions before I buy it? Furniture is functional. We're not just buying it for aesthetics. We need to know if it works. If the animations are stiff, awkward, or straight up broken, that's a deal breaker. And the worst part, you only find out after you've bought it. At that point, all you can do is sit there, badly, while questioning your life choices. So, I came across this detective's chair set at the Midnight Order shopping event. Never heard of the brand before, but it looked cool. Something I might use for a video. And at $4.15 Linden's, it wasn't overpriced. The ad proudly stated it had 8 animations. Sounds good, right? Well, the chair lets you sit. That's it. No way to test the animations. And I thought, how bad can it be? It's not that bad, but it's not great either, like it's 2025. How are we still out here using oversized, stiff, non-bento hold animations for glasses? How are we still poking ourselves in the head with drinks? Someone please explain how this is still a thing. And look, my sincere apologies to the absolutely amazing creators out there setting the animation standard sky high. Tridente, OMY, Number 59, High Five, Synergy, RN3, and many others. When they drop animations, I don't even question the price because I know they'll be perfect. But this? Not a bank-breaking purchase at $4.15 Linden's, sure, but if I'd been able to test the poses, I probably would have waited for it to go on sale. And look, I'm sorry if I sound picky, but we're in 2025. Why am I still playing a mini-game of resizing and repositioning a glass just to make it look acceptable? And this is just to use in a video, because honestly, what else would you even use it for? Between resizing, moving, and carefully filming from angles that hide the flaws, I may as well just use a similar chair with better poses and build my own damn set. Because if I have to put in this much effort, I can't even say I'm buying it for convenience anymore. But you know what? You're right. For $4.15 Linden's, maybe I am expecting too much. Silly me for thinking I'd get a chair I can just sit in without feeling like I'm beta testing it. And that's the difference between creators who make their own custom animations and actually take the time to perfect them. Their process takes months, but when the product drops, you know it's going to be flawless. And that's why I don't even blink when paying $3,000 to $4,000 Linden's for their work. Because, honestly, the price tag reflects the effort. And from what I understand, making animations isn't exactly a quick and easy task. It takes skill, precision, and a lot of tweaking. Which is why I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I wish we saw more collaborations between furniture creators and animation makers. Imagine the possibilities if more furniture designers partnered up with the best animators instead of slapping in the same generic sit poses we've all seen 1,000 times. Now, let's talk about the so-called bloggers, and please, don't take it personally. I know you didn't start this trend of calling every social media post blogging, but some people treat blogger for XYZ brand in their profile like they just landed a 6-figure contract with Vogue. Taking a pretty picture to advertise a product? That's not blogging. That's social media marketing. If you want to feel fancy, call yourself an influencer. But let's stop pretending that slapping a Winlight filter on a pic and tossing in some hashtags is the same as actual blogging. Blogging means writing, describing, analyzing. You know, stuff that requires more than clicking post and waiting for the likes to roll in. And since Second Life lives on trends, can we start replacing the word blogger with social media marketer or influencer so that eventually everyone gets on board? Because someone has to start. If you just want someone to take pretty pictures, stop looking for bloggers and start searching for social media marketers instead. Let's at least pretend we care about accuracy for once. Honestly, we should just go ahead and rename Blogotex to Liotex at this point. Alright, that was my little rant of the day. Had to get that off my chest. Now let's get back on track before I start petitioning for a full SL vocabulary overhaul. So here's what happened. I saw a series of gorgeous Facebook pics making a product look like cinematic gold, and since I'm working on a movie, I thought, perfect, I need this. The set was 999 lindens. No in-world store link. Just one picture that showed nothing about what it actually did. But I had some spare lindens, so I took the gamble. And the pictures on Facebook really made the set looks that good. This turned out to be a classic. I spent 999 lindens, so you don't have to moment. It was less Hollywood blockbuster and more straight to DVD bargain bin. This set includes 3 dispensers. A shower gel, deodorant, and a scrub. In theory, that's a pretty good deal since a single dispenser usually goes for 250 to 350 lindens on a good day. So, getting 3 for 999 lindens seems like a bargain. In theory. But let's talk about the issues. First, the leg movements. I have no idea what's going on there. But for some reason, I'm leaning forward and to the right like I'm about to tip over. Honestly, it's a miracle I'm still standing. The animations also feel very repetitive, nothing fluid or natural about them. For the shower gel, I was expecting actual showering motions, like the ones that already exist in Second Life. Instead, we get whatever this is. And the scrub? I was hoping for something with a bit more movement, something that actually looks like scrubbing, not just holding the jar like I'm admiring my purchase. Speaking of holding, the bento grip is a little off, and the lid is glued to the side. Why? You can move and resize the pot a little to make it more centered. But the lid? No mod, no detaching, no fixing. So if you were hoping for a more polished look, not happening. And that's what I meant by pretty pictures that hide flaws. They also added 2 pieces of what's supposed to look like soap and scrub, except there's barely any difference between the 2 textures. Does this actually look like shower gel and scrub? Be honest, because to me, it looks like, well, something very questionable. I've seen body foam tattoos that look way better than this. This just looks like someone lost a battle with an overfilled blender. So what have we learned from all this? Simple. Demos matter. Transparency matters. And if creators want our lindens, they need to stop making us gamble on their products. Because no one likes buyer's remorse, and no one enjoys feeling like they got scammed by a pretty ad. So dear creators, here's the takeaway. If your product has animations, let us try them. If your product has multiple colors, let us see them. If you're going to charge for a demo, at least make it worth it. Or better yet, just don't. And please, for the love of Prims, stop making demos disappear, like Cinderella at midnight. We, the shoppers of Second Life, just want to make informed purchases. We want to buy your stuff, but we also want to know what we're getting before we hit buy now. It's not that deep. Give us good demos, and we'll give you lindens. Everybody wins. Doing this will also save you a headache. Happy customers don't leave angry reviews, send annoyed IMs, or complain in every group chat they're in. Sure, there's always going to be someone who finds a reason to whine, but if you tick all the boxes, you're making it way less likely to happen. It's pretty straightforward, really. Did I forget anything? Have a demo horror story of your own? Let me know in the comments. I love a good shopping disaster tale. This is Priska Newell from Second Life Spectrum, reminding you to shop smart, demand better demos, and maybe think twice before buying something you can't try first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, whether you're shopping, testing demos, or just laughing at bad animations with friends, let's keep Second Life as fun as it's meant to be.